Hey everyone, it is psychic medium Josh Simonds coming to the folks on the interweb with a little video message for the week we're in and the week and season we are about to find ourselves in. So I'm recording this video right now on Wednesday, September 21st. Tomorrow, Thursday, September 22nd, will be the start of the autumn season. Tomorrow is the Autumn Equinox. The 23rd, Friday, the 23rd, is the start of Libra season. We're moving from Virgo season into Libra season. Now, I want to share some wisdom about this time of year. This is a very potent time of year. All times of the year are very potent, though. That's a funny word to use. A lot of energy right now, moving from one season to the next. Why is this season particularly potent? We're winding down from the energy of this summer. We are moving into harvest season. We're moving into that time of year where we're slowing down, kind of moving into soup season, if you will. And it's important to mind our own inner shifts as well. This is the time of year where the human body starts to slow down. And this is again applicable to you if you are in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, we're walking into spring season. Right now, being September, in the northern hemisphere, we're walking into autumn. The seasons, as they are summer, winter, spring, fall, they mirror, if you will, the cycles of the moon. The moon has four stages. We have new, completely dark, and we have full, completely lit up and full. And then in between we have the quarter moons, and you'll see the quarter moons as the exact half a circle in the sky. Now that is waning and waxing. Waxing, almost like waxing a surfboard, if you think, of the moon getting bigger as it goes from new to full, and then waning as it gets smaller from full to new. Right now in the autumn season, we are in that quarter time. We're in that halfway between, if you think of the full moon as being the brightest time of the year, right? The summer solstice. We're now halfway between the full moon and the new moon, the darkest time or the darkest moon. And that would be the winter solstice. So right now, during the autumn equinox, we are in that quarter moon area where we are going to experience half day, half night. The summer solstice is the solstice in the same way that the full moon is the full moon, and it's the brightest time, right? It's the longest day, the shortest night. Well, the winter solstice is very much the shortest day and the longest night. Right now, in this in between spot, we are very much encouraged to take a look at the idea of balance, right? And that's what the equinoxes are very good for, the idea of balance. We're walking into Libra season, and Libras are all about the balance. Their symbol is the scales, right? And you're going to find that Libras are very much people that are people that don't like conflict. They want to keep everybody in a place of balance. They just want to be the peacekeepers. And these are generalizations where a Libra appears in people's charts. When you hear about a zodiac sign and somebody says, well, I'm a Pisces or I'm a Libra or I'm a Leo or a Gemini, they're usually referring to the sun sign. Well, we have a moon sign and we have a rising sign, and those signs very much play out in us. So even if you're not a Libra sun, you're going to have that somewhere in your astrological chart. You can get your astrological chart done on astro.com. There's a number of places where, as long as you know where you were born and when you were born, you can figure this stuff out. Whether you're a Libra sun sign or not, no matter where it presents itself in your sign, you can definitely take a look at Libra season and the idea of balance in your life. I like to think of Libra season as the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords being more of an analytical type, a clinical, sort of detached from their emotions in a more intellectual way. Libra is an air sign, so air signs do have a lot to do with communication and breath and wisdom and insight, things more of the mind and communication arena. So now, as we walk into Libra season, right after the autumn equinox, we will be well advised to take a look at where we can incorporate balance in our lives. For instance, we are a human physical being, right? Physical being inhabited by a spirit. So we have physical needs and we have spiritual needs. We have an intellect, we have a brain, and we also have a heart, an emotional complex, an emotional landscape. How can we find a balance between those two areas? Libra is definitely all about justice and balance, the scales. I really appreciate that energy, and it's a time for us to reassert boundaries that might have fallen out of balance. And as we assert boundaries, so must we seek to do so from a place of compassion and grace. There is a mantra that I like to live by: serve ourselves, not at the expense of others. Serve others, not at our own expense. We must be beings of love and spirituality, but we also must be beings of boundaries, strength, and practicality. Love and compassion and empathy, all those wonderful attributes that we should cultivate. If we don't maintain boundaries around ourselves and how we bring love, compassion, and grace to the world, then that is self-sabotage. We've got to be mindful of that. Right now, we're walking into the darkest time of the year, and as we do so, it's really important for us to remember, work hard, play hard. We are walking into the darkest time of the year, but we are also walking into the time of the year where there's the most festivities, right? So we have Halloween, and we have Thanksgiving, and Hanukkah, and Christmas, and New Year's, and all of these wonderful, wonderful holidays. And these holidays really give us that opportunity to walk through Libra season, Scorpio season, all of those seasons, right? Right through the new year in a festive way. There's a lot of work to be done, for folks who are harvesting, folks who are, bringing animals in from pasture. Traditionally, there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work to be done for folks who have children and families and getting from, summer to winter. We have, houses to button up and weatherization to do and, lawnmowers to put away and all sorts of things. It's really important in times of a lot of work to remember that we must play. And this is a very good time of year to remember that. So, with that being said, I want to keep this video under 10 minutes long. I want to just shuffle this deck. I've shuffled it a couple times already, but we're using today the Garbage Pails Tarot deck. And I want to just pull a single card that kind of gives us some guidance and advice as we walk through the autumn equinox and we walk into Libra season. Okay, so I was only going to shuffle it once, but 3 times it's good. And what does the Garbage Pail Kids Tarot deck have to share with us? This card right here. 2 of Coins. The 2 of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. The 2 of Pentacles is, or the 2 of Coins is very much about balance. Now, we don't really see that here with this guy, but, these cards. The 2 of Pentacles does talk about when the ships get rocky in life, we must manage and know balance. So just keep in mind the idea of balance and how that plays out in your life and in the lives of your loved ones and your families, your relationships, boundaries for yourself. Are you giving too much of yourself? Have you martyred yourself? Are you becoming a doormat in relationships in your life? How can you keep balance between your mind and your heart? How can you keep balance between your spirit and your body, your physical needs, your spiritual needs, your mental and emotional landscapes? So that's something to think about as we move into this season. And it's busy season for me. So we'll see you around. And thank you very much for watching this. And I hope that helps. Take care of yourself. Remember balance.